It's okay. I can almost hear the dismay in your thoughts, hearing my voice and seeing my face this morning on the show. But hey, the ladies called and here I am.
Hello everyone and welcome to this fantastic new day. We asked you to pardon his presence, but we wanted to let a man into our world just a little today. Just a little.
See, listen, it's a beautiful day to behold, and I tell you that it feels very, very privileged to actually be here, to be admitted into the world of the ladies here. It's supposed to be Woman Wonder Wednesday, or is it Superman Wednesday?
Hello,
I don't know.
It's Wonder Woman Wednesdays. Watch yourself. You should definitely feel privileged to be here, Maziro.
Yes, I
It is no small honor for you, but you know now.
Thank you.
We're not alone, of course. We have MM, always looking ravishing.
Thank you.
Bring us back.
I love that word, ravishing.
Yep.
I mean, anyways, hello, Blossom. Blossom is here to steal the spotlight from me, but hey, a girl's got to shine, regardless. Good morning, how are you doing?
Very well,
It's so good to see you.
Same here.
Don't worry, it's always so calm. Anyway, guys, how are you doing?
Well, we're good. Hey, and I have something for you. I want to spray you this 100
Please,
naira.
take that 50-50 naira
Sure,
note
you know
from
what?
here, be cool.
You know.
If you're bringing any currency close to me, it has to be in dollars and
This is
euros.
naira. You better respect the girl. This is hard to get.
We are doing e-naira now.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that today on the show, so just stay tuned. Now, as always, it's about to be a very, very lit 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I feel especially good because I've got these two beautiful ladies by my side here today. I'm going to be spending the morning with them.
And you definitely be getting all three of us. Of course, our job is to definitely keep you company for letting us into your home.
Yes, indeed. Now, steady as a rock and sure as night follows day, we will be here every single weekday morning from 7 just before 9 up until just before 9. My name, of course, you know it already. Tell them your name. They know my name, don't worry.
My name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo, and I'll tell you because I know you cannot get enough of it. Now make sure you stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Send your comments, of course, to us, TVC Connect, on all social media platforms. Remember to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
All right, and from Mazino Appeal, to remember to download the TVC app on both Android and on iOS as you are on the go. You can also watch us on YouTube, and you can find us on tvcentertainment.tv. Now, Winfrey, well, hey, we're going to be telling them what we have for today's show, so please do the honors.
Definitely. It is back by popular demand. We have some massive shout-outs to fans of the show who are celebrating their birthdays.
Yay.
So all you need to do is literally send us your information, and of course, we will celebrate with you on your special day.
Fans. Alrighty then, welcome. It's Wake Up Nigeria, and blessed am I amongst women, like I like to say each time I get the opportunity to be between the two of you. It's a Mazino sandwich.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a nerve for me. You're literally on the Wonder Woman Wednesdays,
Yeah.
and you just literally
Anyway, unfortunately, it's no longer a Wonder Woman Wednesday.
What? It's what?
Is it
Now
Wonder?
a wonder. No wonder when you have a man in between.
Come
wonder.
on.
Yeah.
You girls love the fact that I'm here. What
Not
happens
so
on
much. How are
Wednesdays?
you, Mazino
I'm
and
fine.
Winfrey? Because I haven't seen you guys all week.
This is true, actually.
It's
How
our
has your
first meeting
weekend
this
been?
week.
Because it only ended just this
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
You look
it
as if you
was-
just strolled in from Jan. by the
Yes,
way.
yes, I did, literally.
I love that
fluffy.
afro.
I do, I know, right? I decided to try this on. So yesterday, last week, some particular person that I've seen on the show several times convinced me to buy this fur. And I'm like, not so much. But today I was like, oh yeah, I think I'm going to rock it. And I know I'm rocking it.
Peter's going to be
You're
after you. Because if that is real, that is.
It's not exactly real fur.
Well, it looks good in any case. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Anyhow, how have you been? It's been a while since we saw you.
Great. Awesome.
Right. So today I'm looking forward to actually having a discussion with you guys, because I know the Wednesday discussions are always very, very lit, always very interesting, and MM's got this very interesting topic that I can't wait to sink my teeth into, because yeah, I want your perspective on beauty as well.
And it's a good thing that you're here because
I'm beautiful, I know.
No, not that, Mazino. I know you always believe that you're the best thing to happen to mankind since sliced bread. No, you're not.
65 million years in the making.
No, you're not. But it will be interesting to hear your perspective on, the true standard of beauty.
Okay.
Because we only see beauty as a woman. We only see woman as beauty. Do you get? Yes. We never actually classify a man as being beautiful.
Well, today I'm here to make sure that stereotype is knocked off of that ledge where it is Mizzino Appeal. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, right.
In any case, we'll leave the weather. When we get back, you guys can bring your adulations and everything in for Mizzino Appeal. We'll be right back.
You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Winfrey Daniel Okolo, and it's time for the news. President Muhammadu Buhari says initiatives to drive the digital economy and fight corruption in the country should give investors a lot of comfort. Speaking at the 5th edition of the Future Investments Initiative Summit in Saudi Arabia, the president said his regime will keep encouraging public and private initiatives that increase investments in health education, capacity building, youth empowerment, gender equality, poverty eradication, climate change, and food security. Among the initiatives mentioned by the president are e-Naira, Treasury Single Account, Bank Verification Number, and National Identification Number. The president added that the e-Naira launched on Monday will further improve and reposition the economy to attract investors. The Oyo State Command of the Nigeria Correctional Service has described a recent explosion at the Agbolongo Correctional Center as a controlled detonation of IEDs left behind by attackers of the prison. The public relations officer of the command, Olarewaju Anjorin, who confirmed this to the TVC News, said the detonation was carried out by the anti-bomb squad of the Nigeria Police. The service says Nigerians should disregard the report of any explosion as it was a controlled detonation of improvised explosive devices left behind by the attackers of the correctional facility. As Anambra State prepares for November 6 governorship election, the Security Appraisal Committee, chaired by the National Security Advisor, Babagana Mogono, says security forces have been mobilized to ensure a hitch-free exercise. Rising to a 2-hour meeting, the committee, which included the Inspector General of the Police, expressed confidence that the poll will hold as scheduled and urged voters to turn out en masse to exercise their franchise without fear of being molested by criminals.
Primarily, our intentions, our aspirations are to see that the elections do not result in anything that is unwanted, any bloodshed, any violence, intimidation, coercion, or even terrorizing the people of Anambra State. It is their fundamental right to vote and choose whoever they want to choose as their governor. They should not be denied that right.
Security is a civil responsibility that we will provide to the people of Anambra to come out and exercise their franchise. And we hope we will do that with all sense of responsibility. And we also urge the people of Anambra to come out in mass and exercise their franchise.
And that's it for the news this morning. And now for...
Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. Let's do the newspaper headlines, shall we? First, we are starting with the Punch newspaper making the headlines. Here we have federal government lists Deziani's buildings, jewelry, brass for sale, values Bade's mansion. And you can find more of that story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Let's see what's at the bottom of the paper here. We see Osun pleads for understanding as protesting retirees shot state secretariat, and police defuse bomb found at attacked Oyo prison. Aregbesola shuns Akonde's meeting with APC elders caucus. And merciless beating. Kwara states to regulate Arabic schools' activities. And also here, Buhari's exit in 2023, solution to Nigeria's problems, says Afenifere. And Ekiti herdsman bags life imprisonment for grazing on cassava farm, shooting owner. And finally, PDP hints of neck meeting if as a court stops convention. And that's it on the cover of the Punch newspaper. Next up, we read the Nigerian Tribune. Making the headlines here on the 2022 budget, Senate slams health ministry over $200 million loan for mosquito nets. And here, federal government can start Paris Club deduction now, says Fayemi. and Nigeria's petroleum products demand to hit 17.3 million MT by 2025, says NMPC. And also here we have appeal courts to rule on PDP convention tomorrow. And finally here, let's go back to 1963 Constitution for Nigeria's progress, says Afenifere. That and more you can find on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune. And next up we have the Guardian newspaper making the headlines. Weak export capacity undermines proceeds from Naira devaluation. And at the bottom of the paper here, safe schools, over 12 million children traumatized, afraid to go to school, says Buhari. And making the headlines here at the top of the paper, Oranche reports implementation being frustrated by politicians, says federal government. And arrest Gumi as bandits leader, PFN tells Buhari. And finally here, UN writes Nigeria, Kenya demands explanation on Kanu's abduction extradition. And that's it on the cover of the Guardian newspaper. Next up, we have Vanguard. On the cover here, making the headlines, opposition to declaring bandits terrorists. ACF, MBF, Ohaneze, Afenifere Khan, rain knocks on Gumi. And also here, convention, PDP knows fate tomorrow. And not poverty problems tied to high population, says Sanusi. And on insecurity, our frustration with federal government, says Lalong. More of that you can find on page 21 of the paper. Kanu, UN tackles Nigeria, Kenya over alleged torture, and federal government vows to end casualization of workers. And here's another stat story. Mob kills man, wife's son in Kaduna community for giving information to bandits. And on Nest 27 here, Nigeria is willing to pay cost reflective tariff, says World Bank. And that's it on the newspaper headlines this morning.
Alrighty then, well, welcome back. And I'm not in the middle, I'm supposed to be in the middle. I like, you know, when you guys are flanking me, which is very nice. But hi. Stop looking at me funny. You scare me when you do that. What are we talking about today?
Mazina, what do you have up your sleeves?
Well, if you would like to see my very flawless skin,
no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
I know you like seeing my skin.
I don't want to see it, please.
Okay.
You can bear it all to, you know, the beholder.
No.
And that also begs the...
Yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, it is. And who is the beholder today? Who is the beholder of beauty? Anyways, it also brings to mind what we'll be talking about today. Over the weekend, I was scrolling on social media, and then you know how people always differentiate Instagram from Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, remember we had that discussion sometime last week where I was like, oh yeah, I'm more of a Twitter person than an Instagram person, because I believe that everybody just wants to flaunt one or two on Instagram.
Instagram is about the visuals.
Yeah, it's more of the visuals compared to Twitter where, you know, it's more intellectual conversations happening on there. But then, yeah, Instagram. And then this question just popped into, you know, into my head, into my mind, and I'm like, what is the true standard of beauty? You know, because over the years, we keep seeing that this standard keeps shifting.
Evolving.
It keeps evolving, it keeps changing, and, you know, and then it's expanding, because the way we used to see beauty, you know, back in the days is not the same way we see it now.
So what is it to you now? What would you define as your true representation of beauty?
You know, I don't even have an answer to the question.
Wait, the person that should be answering this is sitting right here. She's a beauty queen herself. Hey! What is the true definition of beauty?
Well, for me, I don't honestly believe there is one particular way to define beauty. To be honest, I feel beauty is relative. Because I believe as we have different personalities, as we have different faces, as we have different interpretations in life, and things we experience is the same way we have different experiences of beauty.
Nice.
That's honestly what I feel.
So you
For
experience
me,
it.
personally, beauty is something that I will relate more to someone's spirit. And I honestly feel that actually comes outward. Yeah, a pretty face, great.
Wait, did you win that pageant by spirit? Let me ask you.
Will you listen?
Okay,
so
now
you actually just calm down and listen.
Now this.
Thanks. Okay, as I was saying, I feel most times, right, what you have on your insides honestly radiates outward. As much as, yes, the audience watch the pageant and they see what happens on stage, you seem to forget that there's a lot of camping done, and as we're the organizers most times and the judges have to select and say, okay, fine, this person, yeah, this person, no. Do you understand? Because you can't be pretty and have a nasty attitude and expect to be great.
Yeah,
even
but
if
then
it's
we
a beauty
also
pageant,
have seen people with nasty attitude.
Win pageant, Tasha for one, or reality shows.
Or, well...
Yeah, I'm talking about specifically
I'm
Tasha.
not getting on that ship with you, Mazina.
Let me
attention.
Let me flow my ship here, please.
Flow,
Hang on
please.
a second. This is what I think about this topic. First of all, I would like to ask, what is this template that people have for beauty when it comes to Instagram? Because it would seem that everybody seems to look alike on Instagram. I've had instances where Toke Makiwa and Bobrisky looked exactly alike. Recently, I mistakenly Rose for Bobrisky myself, because it's like there is one template. You guys just have a thing where you poof, and then makeup is on, and it's like as if it's a filter. Everybody looks alike. So personally, beauty is not physical for me anymore. It's more experiential, like Winfrey said. It's something that is deeper than that. And I think it also changes across the gender and also across the ages. Certain people in certain age brackets see beauty as a sense of confidence or a debonair character, in whether male or female. Others would see it as, you know, skin deep, what it is. Oh, she is fine. Oh, you know, and stuff like that. And make decisions based on this. They either want to be like that person that they're idolizing, or, you know.
So, yeah, talking about experiencing it, how many people actually would get the opportunity to see you bare your soul out to them?
That needs time.
Because that's exactly. Yeah. Do you understand? But then we're also now looking at beauty, you know, on the face value. Now we're also comparing what beauty is now to what beauty what we used to see beauty as. You know, so go ahead.
Yeah, in the past it used to be about a thing about no makeup at all.
Exactly.
Zero makeup, and that's a beautiful person.
Exactly.
Alicia Keys, for instance, that's beauty.
Yeah, but now we see that even technology is even aiding beauty. You know, you have Snapchat filters, you have different filters, you have phone editing apps, you know, that also help you to contour different parts of your body and, you know, give it a certain kind of, you know, give you that, you know, Kim Kardashian, who we've now idolized and seen as our goddess of beauty.
Come back.
Anyways, speaking on that particular filter issue, there was a challenge that I spoke about earlier that literally went on all over the social media. Yeah, exactly. So bear it all, bear your beauty just as you are. So the challenge was basically about having no makeup on, no filter on, and just posting a photo just as you take it when you wake up.
I think that's even a challenge we should even do here.
I personally think
where we come on the show without makeup on.
First of all,
but everyone can see us.
Dear producer, what do you think?
They're going to freak out.
What thinkest thou?
But I want to jump on that challenge. I want to come without makeup.
Mazino, you're without makeup now.
No, I'm not. Every morning I wake up, I think, what color mascara to use.
You don't have a single inkling of makeup on.
Are you indulging in that conversation?
And it makes me beautiful. That's what makes me beautiful, because
what makes you beautiful, Mazino?
My personality, although many people differ on that, because I have a very awkward personality.
You have a
a lot of people here just agreed.
Yes,
my personality is very awkward, and I haven't even pinned it down myself. I know I'm socially awkward.
The fact that you can even stand up and say my personality makes me beautiful without thinking about it.
Now, see, so my personality, it's very, no, wait. It's vulnerable. I have a very vulnerable personality. Forget the, what's it called? I'm not a...
All you by yourself.
I'm not a very, forget the boisterousness.
All right.
I'm actually very shy.
So in that regard, when you say, so Mazino, in that regard, when you say you're vulnerable, you're vulnerable to your spouse.
No.
So that's the only way
you're hurting me right now. I feel vulnerable right now.
Wow, you do.
Accept it, exactly, because you say that.
I didn't know you bruise so easily, Mazino.
I don't know what you girls are doing. Listen, let's do a break now. I'm hurt.
But we need to continue this conversation on social media, guys. Please let us know what is your true standard of beauty. Also, Twitter us, tag us. Okay, sorry, we are not Twitter right now, but hey, send us comments on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect, guys.
Let us know if you want us to bait all.
Yeah. Take a quick break.
And you are welcome. Here on the couch with me, I have a very interesting guest. We're joined by Bumi Fasomade, the branch manager of Rosemont Properties. Bumi, you are welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. I like what you're wearing. Do you guys have another one that I can wear?
Of course.
Please, I'm serious, sir. Bumi, it's good to have you here. So,
thank you.
Rosemont Properties, that's our topic for today. You guys are into real estate and also you guys are into investment banking. And it's a very, very interesting thing because everybody today wants to increase, somehow what they earn. And this is a very good avenue for people to do that. But first, tell us about Rosemont Properties, what you guys are about, what your aim is.
Rosemont Properties is a real estate company that has been existing a few years ago. Okay. So we are here to make people feel at home. Mm-hmm. We are also into investment banking. Okay. People have been, trying to keep their money, mm-hmm. and make profits. Yeah. So our real estate investment platform provide for customers mm-hmm. the avenue to invest their money and, make profits. Okay. Yeah. Out of it. Yeah. It is not, though so many people have homes already, but those that have money, they don't know what to use the money for.
Invested in property.
So invest in property and cash out. Yeah. Every 6-12 months.
Oh, that's very interesting that you should say that because people are not just looking to invest. They also want to know that in a short period, they can cash out and make more money or make profit and even put that back in. So you guys do this using property as a means for people to be able to invest their money.
Invest their money and make profits.
So let's talk about the properties and locations for these properties that Rosemont Properties is enabling people get. Where are these locations and what kind of structures are we talking about?
We have locations in Lagos. We have in Magboro, that's along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Yeah. Yes. We have in Abuja. Okay. We have in Anambra. We have in Benin. Okay. We also have in Ibejuleki. Yeah. So, and
that's where everybody's running to.
Of course,
Why is it such a big deal, Ibejuleki?
Ibejuleki is a big deal because there are so many industries. Yeah, along and there are so many business opportunities in that axis. And now people are not actually, looking at that area, probably because they say it's far, station is kind of far, I don't want a bushy area. But I can tell you it's a place you can, actually invest and rest, actually, that you're going to cash out, in a very big way.
Amount. Yeah,
yes, eventually. Because land there now is still affordable. Okay. Because I remember then, Banana Island, the so-called Almighty Lekki now.
So-called, hey, don't let Winfrey hear you.
Land in Banana Island is around 1.something billion. Wow. So, and I know then, Banana Island was selling for probably 25,000, 50,000 and all that. Wow. So, imagine if your parents,
invested then.
Invested in Ibejuleki, in Banana Island. Yeah. Imagine the amount of money you'll be cashing out now.
I'll be in Canada by now. But hey, that's good news for people actually, telling them that this is very attainable now, and the prospect of it going boom in the next few years. That's grand. So the other locations are also places like Ikorodu and the rest, and these also have the same potential as well.
Of course. The 4th Milan Bridge will also be going through Ikorodu route. So it gives it a kind of good privilege to invest in Ikorodu.
Okay. All right. So what else do I need to know as an investor or potential investor if I want to invest in these things? What am I looking at? How expensive might it be, or how affordable? Let me use the word affordable. Let's be positive here for anybody to invest.
All our estate prices are affordable, and we have given people the privilege to, spread their payments. We have a flexible payment plan from 6 months to 12 months, even up to 36 months.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
So and if I want to get back my funds, maybe sell at the end of 36 months,
of course.
Can you aid me? Would you aid me in trying to dispose of the property?
We can help you resell your properties.
Oh. Of course. I wish you had told me that earlier. I'm having problems there, but it's all good. And it's no hassle, no paper, no long thing. Let me put it that way at all.
We don't have issues. We already secured the land, that managed properties, so we can, assure you that your investment is secured with us.
Okay. We see some pictures on the screen here of some of the efforts that you guys are doing. These are prospective estates that you guys are going to be investing in. Now, so what if I want to own this property and also live on it in the near future? I'm talking about constructions. Would you aid customers in putting up structures on their property? Of course.
We sell terraces, we sell duplex, we sell bungalows.
No, I don't want to buy duplex. I want to build my own. How would you assist?
Of course, we can assist you, you know. You bring your structures, kind of structures you want, the kind of your dream home. We look at it, we give it to our, you know, architecturers. They carry out the plan, we tell you the cost, and we build it for you. So
there's a common complaints that most people who have invested in property have, and it's the fact that these property developers want to fleece them most of the time from consistent monies. They ask you that this levy, that levy, that levy, that levy. 2 years down the line, they'll tell you that one levy for clearing grass, one levy for borehole, general borehole. I don't want general borehole. I want to build my own borehole in the back of my house. So of course, is this something that you guys have worked on?
Of course, each and every estate have their own standard. And you know, we have created a standard that, you know, every estate knows that there is always a levy when it comes to real estate. Yeah. So these levies are to develop the estate.
Okay. So in terms of road networks, they're very they're not challenging.
They're not challenging at all. They are very, very affordable.
Flexible and affordable.
And we even give you the opportunity to pay this levy instrumentally.
Oh, good, good.
Yes. Okay. And even at Rosemont, you get your land and probably pay 50% of this levy and start building.
Okay. So people have sometimes commenced investing in properties, and then somewhere down the line, maybe like last year, this happened to a lot of people where they lost their jobs because of the pandemic and so on and so forth. What consideration do you have for people who might have gaps in their payment schemes? Do you guys help them through it?
Yeah, we you know, people are meant to face challenges and contingencies are meant to happen. Yeah. So we still put our customers into considerations and write us a letter if there's any way we can help in. You know, we understand. We don't need to, you know,
you're customer centric.
Yes. So we also help them. Probably if they need some of their money back, we can make a refund just to help them.
That is it. That's the key. That's what people wanted to hear.
Yes, of
that
course.
Customer-centric nature of a business, to note that things might not always go as planned, and we're here to help you guys get back on your feet. Yeah. Well, that's great, Bumi. Thank you very much for coming on. Is there any other thing that we might have not spoken about that you want to touch on real quick? We did go around the circle. Yeah, that's. I think we covered everything. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you back here again, and we'll also look forward to perhaps maybe having a tour of the facilities that you guys have put together, and maybe we could show some of our viewers what these are as well. I'm sure you guys would want to see. Well, thank you very much for being here with us. Thank you very much, Bumi. Do stay tuned because we've got something brewing in the kitchen. Well, not brewing, but cooking. So we'll be going to the kitchen in a bit.
All right, welcome to the kitchen, guys. With me this morning is Chef Blossom. Hello. Hey. Anyways, this morning, excuse me, Chef Blossom is making ewa agoyin with plantain, fried plantain, yes?
Yes, fried ripe plantain.
Man, and see, did you not know that the best food or the best meal to go with ewa agoyin is bread?
I know.
Those soft early morning agege bread.
But there's no ewa going without
when you eat it like this, your body and soul will know that something has gone in. Anyways, let's talk about the ingredients for our ewa going this morning. Over to you, Blossom.
Okay, we'll be having our beans. This is half cooked already.
Okay.
Because of our
What kind of beans is this?
They call it oloyin beans, honey beans.
Okay, honey beans, okay.
Yes, this is the beans you use for. You don't use the bigger beans. They call them, the other beans, drum. Okay. That's what they call it. So we have our onions, and we have a knob of ginger and some garlic. Okay. And we have our cow skin, generally known as bomo. We have our ripe plantains, our crayfish, salt, seasoning, cubes, mashed already. We have our vegetable oil to fry the plantain. We have our bleached palm oil. Okay. We have some beef, cooked beef, just for the sauce. And then we have our dried tatashe and dried pepper, long peppers.
Okay. So what are we doing with the dried pepper and tatashe?
We're going to be blending them.
Okay.
With the ginger and some onions. So that's what we're making the sauce. We used to make the sauce.
Oh, okay. It's like that. Is this the local way of making that sauce?
Yes.
Because I've always wondered how they make it. Because you need to have a special cooking skill to be able to make ewa going sauce.
Some persons use the fresh tatashe, but you won't get that. What's the word? You won't get that. It's the way it comes out.
like in granules. Like,
yes, you won't get that effect. It'll just be like the normal sauce when you make.
Oh, nice. I'm super excited about this recipe because I love ewa going. Yes, I actually really do. I prefer it to the regular beans because I feel like the regular beans is just so boring. But then this ewa going actually comes with a twist because then you have like more to go with it. You're having like fried plantains. What? Anyways, let's get cooking. So I see that our water has been cooking for a while. We need to, cook the beans all the way, yeah?
Yes. I actually cooked halfway because of our time.
Okay.
And some beans can just want to, spoil your shine. It takes so long before it gets done.
Doesn't.
I don't think it will because it's already half cooked. So.
Okay. And we're going to cook that for how long?
Max, let's say 30 to 25 minutes.
All right. Awesome is like Okay. Yeah, but anyways, we are going to cook that till it's like really soft.
And then we have our salt in there already.
Okay.
You want to add some salt to have some taste.
Okay. So is that all that's going into the beans? Is that all the seasoning going into the beans?
For exception, I would like to add some onion puree. I'll blend some onions.
Just to give it a little bit of flavor.
Yes, and also makes it done soft quicker.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, guys, that is a kitchen hack for you.
Yes.
And just in case you missed out on the ingredients, it's right there on your screen. We have our dried pepper, tatashe. Go ahead, Blossom.
Dried tatashe, we have our dried pepper, long pepper. We have our crayfish. We have our seasoning cubes mashed already. We have our salt to taste, our pomo, our ripe plantains, some beef to go into the sauce, bleached palm oil, vegetable oil, some onions, and ginger and garlic as well.
All right, great. And when I see that we also have pots cooking over there, and then what's all that for? Okay.
Pan.
Okay.
Then this will fry our plantain. I just want to be very quick because this meal actually takes a long time to make, especially the sauce.
It takes a long time. Oh,
yes,
really?
because you cook on low heat.
So
why? Just start right away. Yes.
Why?
If you cook on high heat, it might get burnt.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to keep stirring on.
All right, great stuff happening in the kitchen. Breakfast is coming on really nicely. As you can see, we're getting prepped already. Right. Can't wait for this to be ready. We have to go on a quick break now, people. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and right about now, joining me is... we're going to have a really interesting conversation right now. I have with me Mr. Akinleye Olu-Phillips. He is the Executive Director of Pete Phillips Foundation, organizers of the Spelling Bee Nigeria. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Prior to now, we were having a conversation about what the Pete Phillips Foundation is all about. And the conversation was very, very interesting and insightful. So please, can you tell us about it?
Okay, primarily what we do at Pete Phillips Foundation is that we're focused on leadership and communications because we felt, looking at the continent, one of our major challenges actually, leadership. And at the same time, our communication skills now are really there. And that's one of the reasons that we're having most of the chaos we're having at the moment. So we felt, okay, contributing our own leader quota, let's start and catch them young. So we started focusing on younger kids from age 7 to like 15. And we run 2 programs. The other programs run for 16 to 20. So we have an oracy program and we have a spelling bee as well.
Spelling bee. Yeah. Okay, let's take it one after a time, right? So now tell me about the spelling bee. I know, of course, I've watched a number of movies where we actually do the whole, where they do the whole spelling bee and everything. But to know that we have something like that right here in Nigeria is really, really interesting. So tell me about the spelling bee.
Okay, the spelling bee, interestingly, we have a relationship with Scripps Spelling Bee in the US. And that relationship was born out of the fact that we are looking at, we really actually want to know what the bee is all about. So we had that meetings, and then they gave us a leeway to more or less partner with us to start something here. So we were exposed to their pattern, and then we saw clearly that the bee is much more than what we thought it is. Maybe we've always thought it was just a spelling competition, actually. But it goes way beyond that. There are critical elements in the bee that teaches salient values that people may not necessarily see. For example, in the arrangement on the hall, for example, it's part of it.
It's part of it. Wow.
The speller is supposed to face the entire panel, pronouncers, and the audience.
Okay.
The speller is not supposed to back anybody.
What is that? What does that interpret to?
Confidence, composure.
Nice.
Because all eyes are on you at that moment.
True.
And when you are asked to spell something, it builds a lot of things for you at that point. And because, again, one of the critical elements of RB is the fact that we don't give word list where you memorize the word or cram the word. Because it's important for you to know that when you start cramming, it affects development, actually. It's okay. It's part of education and all that.
Yes, it is. I mean, cramming has been a major part of my education.
Which is also affecting our development as a people.
Yes, very true.
You know, because we need to get to a point where we must be part of the process. We must understand what we are doing and why we are doing it. So which is one of the reasons why when you partake in RB, we do training. We train teachers, we train the students as well, because we have access to the materials from scripts so that we can actually pass on the relevant information and message to people that, okay, when you're doing the B, you don't need to cram if you understand there's a formula to spelling.
To spelling. Who actually know that there's a formula to spelling?
There's a formula to it.
Okay.
You know, that's why we also open up the 5 lifelines. So when you're spelling, for example, you're not expected to, when you're giving a word to pronounce, you're not expected to attack the word immediately.
Okay.
You're expected to pause and then ask relevant questions that will guide you to knowing what exactly you're being asked to spell.
Yes.
You understand? And that helps in development. When you are having this conversation, I should never assume I know what you're saying.
Okay.
At all points.
Okay.
I should ask stupid questions. You know, growing up, you know the way taught us.
Don't.
When your dad tells you, go do this, and you say, Dad, what did you say again? Can't you hear me? Stop asking questions. Go do the thing.
True,
and that kills our morale. It also affects our development.
Very true.
Because eventually that same young chap grew up to become like his dad or his mom. And now, when he's given responsibility to do or tasks to do, he doesn't think through. He feels if I ask stupid questions, I may be looked down upon. So let me just, I think I know what he's saying. I know what the boss is saying, and you start doing. And again, another thing we do when we're growing up in school, when a teacher asks a question, we are very fond of, Isa, you jump at it. You're not expected to jump at questions. You're expected to calm down, soak it in, think deeply about it, and then present it. And that's the only way you can avoid errors and mistakes. It also goes with you to your workplace when you grow up. So these little things is affecting us as people, but we don't know. But they're so minute. So we just many times overlook it.
Overlook it. I mean, I think what you're doing is amazing. It's great. I would love to continue this conversation, but we're pressed on time. I know it might seem as simple as a word, but then again, it goes majorly into the development of children. And of course, we know they are, and we are the leaders of tomorrow. Okay, thank you so very much. Right now, we have the birthday shout-outs that I told you was coming to you, and we have to do that. And on that note, let me start it by saying a happy birthday to Mr. Phillips' son. Happy birthday to him. Over to you. We welcome you back to your favorite feel-good family breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, indeed. As always on the show, we're just what you need to ease you into your morning every single day. And we also actually probably should let you know that you do that for us as well. You ease us into our day, especially on a Wednesday, hump of the week. It can be very, very tiring.
I totally love the symbiosis of that.
Definitely. Now, the show took off at 7 a.m. on the dot, and this is the second hour here kicking off right now with us both. And, well, you do know that is somewhere in the kitchen getting us some ewa going, or should I say, mashed beans.
Well, it's ewa going. We know it as
it's
ewa going, Mazino. Yes, Blossom is hard as work, as you can see. Our base is getting ready. Anyways, we have one more slot in the second hour. We're going to show you guys where we're at and how far we've gone with breakfast. So stick around, guys.
And then, of course, there's all the other things we have still for you this morning. That's what you get when you tune into TVC in the morning. My name is Winfrey Daniel Color.
And, of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. Stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Send your comments as well. We read them unlike what you think. We actually do enjoy reading them. The comment section of any blog or anything is actually the best place to go if you ask for my opinion. So make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. Remember, now use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
And make sure you download the TVC app on both the Android and iOS stores so you can catch us on the go. And on YouTube, you will find us at TVC Entertainment as well.
Okay, now, of course, we still have the musical performance for you guys coming up, so hey, do stay tuned.
Alrighty. Sing your own, if you can sing.
I don't sing, I speak for a living.
Oh, please, give us a break.
Jealous.
Anyways, I recently just stumbled on a tweet that talked about, anyway, so this man is actually reliving his experience being married. And then he was, encouraging men to, also take part in house chores, division and labor. In marriage, like everybody
they need
should
to encourage them.
Well,
they don't know.
People like Mazino that used to fling their clothes on the ceiling.
Okay, so we took care of that one. So what we did was have an entire room that I can be myself in, which is very disorganized.
Fling it on the ceiling. When you are looking for it, you will go to the ceiling and find it.
We know where it is. It's disorganized.
Exactly my point.
It's organized
so
chaos.
you leave it there for him. The next time he needs it, he will climb the ceiling and find it.
We like it that way. I used to, my wife used to have someone come in and arrange, the rooms and everything. And I used to tell her, please, they should not touch my room.
I remember my brother throwing a fit. I remember my brother throwing a fit one time where, one of our nannies then would come and she would arrange his room. And one of those times he couldn't find his driver's license.
Exactly.
Baby boy went on a rampage.
We know where everything is.
He went on a rampage. And I'm like,
so the issue was that she arranged the room.
She just arranged the room. And he's like, leave my things the way they are. Wow. Do not touch them. And I'm like, she was actually helping you.
Really?
Yes.
Anyway, I had an uncle like that. I have an uncle like that who actually, as he's stepping into his room, his shoes, one leg is here, one leg is here, the shirts. And I'm like, and the same thing, when he starts looking for, I'm like,
yeah, but then you men really need to be more involved in the house,
regarding that
chores.
now, it took me a while actually in marriage to understand that has a big implication on your marriage.
Why? I think
I want to know why.
What I mean is that you actually should do it. As men, we actually should do more.
No, I'm saying why. I want to know why. Before you go to that point, what was the mentality?
It's a cultural thing. It's unfortunate, however, and I think it should change because we are brought up with our moms and our sisters always aiding when it comes to chores and all of that. Yes, we are spoiled as African men. Well, not all of us. I'm not speaking for everybody, but I do know that as a last kid, I was attended to. Whatever, girl. I was attended to mostly. But in any case, we should do more.
I think general thing,
we have to take the weather now.
Let's do weather, guys.
You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Winfrey Daniel Kolo, and it is time for the news. President Muhammadu Buhari says initiatives to drive the digital economy and fight corruption in the country should give investors a lot of comforts. Speaking at the 5th edition of the Future Investments Initiative Summit in Saudi Arabia, the president said his regime will keep encouraging public and private initiatives that increase investments in health, education, capacity building, youth empowerment, gender equality, poverty eradication, climate change, and food security. Among the initiatives mentioned by the president are the e-Naira, Treasury single account, bank verification number, and national identification number. The president added that the e-Naira launched on Monday will further improve and reposition the economy to attract investors. The Oyo State Command of the Nigeria Correctional Service has described a recent explosion at the Ogbolongo Correctional Center as a controlled detonation of IEDs left behind by attackers of the prison. The public relations officer of the command, Olarewaju Anjorin, who confirmed this to the TVC News, said the detonation was carried out by the anti-bomb squad of the Nigeria Police. The service says Nigerians should disregard the report of any explosion as it was a controlled detonation of improvised explosive devices left behind by the attackers of the correctional facility. As Anambra State prepares for November 6 governorship election, the Security Appraisal Committee, chaired by the National Security Advisor, Babagana Moguno, says security forces have been mobilized to ensure a hitch-free exercise. Rising from a 2-hour meeting, the committee, which included the Inspector General of the Police, expressed confidence that the poll would hold as scheduled and urged voters to turn out en masse to exercise their franchise without fear of being molested by the criminals.
Primarily, our intentions, our aspirations are to see that the elections do not result in anything that is unwanted, any bloodshed, any violence, intimidation, coercion, or even terrorizing the people of Anambra State.
And that's it for the news. And right now, we're heading over to the kitchen where and Chef Blossom are making us some nice ewa going.
Yes, Winfrey. Breakfast is coming on really nicely.
Yeah.
This is Chef Blossom, and this morning we are making ewa agoyin. Yes, it's a popular Yoruba delicacy, and I actually love it. It's my favorite kind of beans. Yes, I love it, love it, love it. So, Blossom, let's talk about the ingredients, which of course are on the screen right now, but then let's go.
Okay, for our beans, we have our oloyin beans, popularly known as honey beans.
Okay.
Very little, tiny size of beans you find in the market. Then
what kind of beans species?
Yes, kind of special, yeah. So we have our salt to cook these beans. To add some taste to it, we add in some salt and some onions inside the beans. Then for the sauce, we have our bleached palm oil, our tatashe, dry tatashe.
Can you open it up so that we can see it?
Okay.
Ooh, it looks good.
Okay, we have our bleached palm oil go in first. Then we had our onions go in. Then we'll allow it to get golden brown before tossing in our dry tatashe, blended dry tatashe and dry long peppers.
That's chili peppers?
Yes, chili peppers with some onions.
Okay, so let's also open this and see what it looks like. Our beans is coming on really nicely.
Yes,
as you can see, we're getting there.
So
we're getting to the ewa goyi stage.
So like I mentioned earlier, you want to cook on low heat. That's for the sauce.
Okay, that's for the sauce, yeah?
Yes, you want to cook on low heat.
Why though?
So it doesn't get burnt.
Okay.
And then there was something I didn't mention earlier. If you notice, the pepper were in warm water. I put them in warm water just to let it get softened because I got it dried. That's for the recipe I'm using.
Okay.
Some people use fresh tatashe and fresh pepper.
Okay.
That could also work. But for the recipe I used dry tatashe and dry chili peppers. Then you toss into warm water to let it swell. If you notice, our sauce is
quite much.
Yes, quite much. So that's how you get the swelling effect from the pepper. That's what we have here. Then salt and seasoning cubes to taste. Okay. That's about it for the sauce.
And then we also have our plantain frying up already. So that's basically just the plantain in this meal is the cherry on top, if you ask me. And of course, if you have bread to go,
agege bread.
Fantastic. It is the perfect combination for your ewa goyi. Agege bread and ewa goyi. That is more like a match made in heaven, guys. But then, if you decide to add a twist to it by adding, fried plantains with pomo and dried fish, panla, all of that
you want, any kind of protein. Some people have their egg go into it. I wonder how do you eat beans and eggs?
Oh yeah, I know people that actually have eggs with amala and ewedu soup. Trust me, I've seen different kinds of meal combinations like that would, blow your mind. But hey, whatever rocks your boat, whatever, when it comes to food, I always say that allow your imagination to run wild. However, create your own, magic in the kitchen or out of the kitchen. Yeah, breakfast, as you can see, is getting really ready. I can't wait for this to be ready, guys, because the way I eat this food today. Anyways, not for me, it's for our guests. But hey, we have performance coming up next. Please stay with us, people. We'll be right back.
And you are welcome. Welcome back here. That was fantastic from Asuu there. Absolutely love her kind of music. Very, very sultry. Nice. Okay, so welcome and let's do some socials now, shall we? So on Monday, we had a very interesting conversation where we talked about the Mercy Johnson versus school instance. And we had some people who actually commented on our YouTube video from that segment. So we want to take one or two of those comments. And of course, Winfrey is going to be joining me here. This conversation was from, or rather this comment was from Omobomi Tomisa, who said, good conversation, but bullying issue is not a new thing in our schools. Children don't bully themselves anymore. It is now the teachers that bully the children, especially when you are well-to-do, she was trying to say. And also this one from Doreen, she says, just don't talk about the teachers in front of your children, especially if you have nothing good to say. Not good in my opinion. Yes, we did touch on that, and we said it's not a good thing when you talk about your teachers or your misgivings about your kids' teachers in front of them, because you're only giving them a sample of what to do. And since kids are kids, hey, that's what they're definitely going to do, give you all the bad reportage. Yet on that, Awesome here commented on YouTube, the teacher is portraying bad image for the school. Teachers in Nigeria need to be more professional. That particular teacher is not her teacher. What is she doing in her class anyway? That's how we Nigerians. She goes on with some more comments, but since I'm trying to get more in there, let me take this one from Oluchi. Says, that is not her teacher, then what is she doing in her classroom? Teachers should be careful. Don't hate the child, you're trying to say, because of their parents, their mother or their father. I really wish we could take more of these comments that you guys put up on Facebook, or rather on YouTube this time. But hey, keep them coming. We love that you guys actually go back, watch our videos, and also leave a comment on there for us. Maybe we'll comment more on these platforms, so don't you worry. Keep them coming in. Thank you very much. I'll tell you what we're going to do right now in just about a minute. We're going to do a very we're going to first of all go back to the kitchen and see what's going on in there. But let's do the short break, and then when we get back, hey, relationship coming your way.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. What are the characteristics of a lasting, harmonious marriage? Well, we're about to find out thanks to Mr. Abiola Olaiwola, who is here. He is a certified mental health counselor with a specialization in relationship and marriage. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much for having me once again. It's good to be here once
again.
I mean,
it's always great having you here, giving us some relationship tips here and there. I mean, I got engaged not too long ago, right?
Beautiful. Congratulations.
And thank you. And of course, preparations to the wedding. But then again, more importantly, or let's say most importantly, is the marriage after the wedding. So I want a few tips. So now tell me, what are the characteristics, right? And what are the tips to having a harmonious and peaceful marriage? Because, I mean, these days we have a lot of breaks here and there.
Tolerance level is so low at this point.
Very, very low.
Well, I tell couples, I use what they can remember so that they can take this up and just go along with it. What we were taught during our secondary school days, the characteristics of living things. Mr. Niger D. Some time ago.
Does that apply to you?
Yes, it does apply.
Okay.
So I started, for my own personal research findings and for my private practice day in, day out, I came across Mr. Niger D as what one can use to also help in marriage. Number one, movement.
Okay, movement. All right.
Movement in this sense talk about two people coming together, agreeing on a course of direction. I call that purpose come before partner. That is, partnership, ideally, a marital partnership should start on the basis of identification of purpose and life direction. Okay. Most of the time, people have issues in relationship because they are actually not going in the same direction. So their movement is faulty. True. Number two, R, respiration. Respiration is the exchange of gas of the living organism with the environment. Respiration is exchange. So I say the relationship that will thrive is a relationship where there's an understanding of exchange, that marital relationship is an exchange of life. It's not a one-sided affair. It's a two-way affair. Okay. The next one is N, nutrition. Nutrition is the ability of the organism to feed, to take care of itself. So in any relationship that will thrive, there must be nutrition. You must feed each other well, sexually, emotionally, mentally, socially, in all areas of life. And high is irritability. That's response to stimuli. A relationship that will thrive is a relationship where the man and the woman must understand what it takes to have an adequate response, not just reaction. Not just reaction. To situation, true. Especially from issues from the environment, family, third party, friends, and the likes. The other one is G, which is growth. A relationship that must do well is a relationship where the man and the woman understand evolution. The kind of man I used to be before I got married is not the kind of man I became when I got married. Now I have 3 children. It's not the same kind of person that I should be. You must evolve. So a lot of time couples get to a situation where they do not find something stimulating about each other anymore. The man probably they got married as a BSc holder. Now the man has a doctorate degree. The woman is still there. It's not just about academic qualification. It's about all-round development. You must evolve. If your relationship, because human beings are dynamic and they are not static. Another one is E, excretion, that talks about removal of toxic waste, toxic material. A relationship that will do well, that must be harmonious, must know how to eliminate negative energy, negative vibes, things like that, because the environment will act on your relationship. You know, friends, situation, for example, you are believing for the fruit of the womb, for example. Different opinions will come from different places. Try away. She's having little girl children. You know, you want a male child, you must understand how to eliminate negative vibes. Your friends will come and tell you, I saw your guy somewhere. Where's the issue of trust? So excretion is removal of toxic materials. Then the other one is R, reproduction. Now, this is not just talking about giving back to offering, which is important. Every relationship that comes together, fine. Most of the time, people want that, and we all pray for that. But beyond that, it means your relationship must leave something behind, a legacy. What will your relationship be known for? The Obamas, you know them for how far they went with the politics in the U.S. You can remember them. There's a legacy they're leaving behind. There must be something your life is producing. Your parenting styles, raising the next generation. That's her. There's D. D talk about death. You may be wondering, what has death got to do with relationship? Now, in my private practice, I've come to discover that most of the time, the issues people bring to my practice to resolve are the issues that revolve around lack of deadness to self, self-centeredness. Me, I, and myself. I, myself, and I. That kind of thing. So if you must have an harmonious relationship, the couples understand the place of deadness to self. Without that, the relationship can move forward.
Wow. I mean, that was a whole lot. I mean, but then again, I love the fact that it has an acronym, Mr. Niger D. So just so we remember, can we just recap? Just go through.
M talk about movement, understanding of having the same life direction and focus. I'll talk about respiration, a stage of life. N talk about nutrition. We must feed each other well. No sex, less marriage. You know, we have a lot of that these days. Emotionally, mentally as well. Feeding each other emotionally. Then I talk about irritability. That's response to the right adequate response to situation, emotion regulation. Then G talked about growth. You must evolve. You can't remain the same person. You talk about excretion. Over toxic material, negative vibe to relation. I talk about reproduction. You must have legacy. What's your relationship going to give? Your relationship must live a what better place, and also parenting.
D talks about that. Oh, wow. That was amazing. I have these tips. I feel ready for marriage. Thank you so much. Definitely it will. It definitely will. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be going on a quick break, and when we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues.
To Africa, you're welcome back. Our next big chat here is happening right now, and it is with Akinbi Brett, a man you know better as Cheque.
He is a singer, songwriter, and a rapper known all over Nigeria for his hit song Zoom, which was released last year.
And it's still making big waves after your album, which we're talking about that right now. Good to have you here, man. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
First off, Winfrey loves your hoops.
Yes, I do.
Really?
They're blingy. They're more blingy than mine.
We can change.
We can change.
Cheque, man, good to have you here on our couch. First off, let's talk about Zoom before we get to talk about your Zoom was such a big hit. First of all, I'm like, who sang this song? I just love it. There's that feel it has that kind of like puts you in a state. You're like, all I just want to do is just chill. You know, tell us about that and it's how famous it got, that particular track.
Yeah, when I first dropped it, 1 month, 1.5, it wasn't really getting the attention that I thought. Then 2 months in, I just started getting. You know, I was already settled on the song. Okay.
It's okay. It's not great.
It's okay.
And then next thing.
Then I just started, you know, just.
Did you do anything?
Did you push it
to create for that reaction?
No, of course. I have a team. I have a label. I'm trying to, you know, definitely, things go on. But you know, as the artist, I didn't really, not just be watching. I just be saying it. I just be saying it. So definitely, it just caught me by surprise.
Okay, let's talk about your specific kind of music now. What would you define it as? You're a singer, you're a rapper, you're all of that, and we see that in every single unit that you put out. But if I was to ask you, what kind of an artist are you? If you were to define yourself, what would it be?
I'm a pop, Afro-fusion, trap artist.
Plenty. Which one? Give me one.
I don't.
You can make it up or anything, but what would you call it?
This 2021 for me, like, because naturally everybody does Afro. They're gonna classify themselves as Afro. I'm not that kind of artist. I'm that kind of artist. I make Afro beats too, but do I make only that? No.
I get you.
I do make all that kinds of stuff. So definitely, because of my motherland, I'm Afro. We're all Afro. So, but I got trap in me too.
I noticed.
I got, you know, R&B. Everything just around.
So how do you know when to release what? Is it with the time? Is it with like what's happening in Nigeria?
When I wanted to come out, that's last year with my first project to have Zoom in it. I didn't know. I just made sure I put 1, 2, 3, 4 different genres.
Different.
What I did.
Oh, nice.
So I did that. I had 2 traps, 2 afros, 1 grill, 3 on it. Then the trap got their attention. I was very surprised because they say, trap is never going to get their attention.
Oh, well, it's beautiful. The way you even make it sound is so cool, so vibey, and, it's something you could just chill to. And I dare say it's the first Nigerian trap music, your kind, that I actually really like, and I love the feel. And I must say that I love your videos. Your videos are exquisite. When you got in here and we were showing Call Me Baby, that was the one we were just seeing on TV. I asked you, where was this shot? I hadn't seen the buildings from behind, but it looked so...
The
particular girl.
Not at this point.
From a personal experience.
Not this point. It has to be for the lot right now. I'm for the people.
I'll let you go. I'll let you go. I'll let you go.
That's actually really, really nice. But then again, I want to ask, so for you, what would you say success in your career path, that is this, would be? Where would you say you get to a point and be like, you know what, I look back and I'm good. I think I've done good. What would that be?
Honestly, I think you can never be satisfied on this part. This is a very deep part, music. Like, you keep going. You keep going. You get to a point you just want to keep going because music never ends. Music never ends. You want to get to a point because now music changes. You cannot be infinity. Everything comes to an end, but it's sad that it has to be like that. But then it gets to a point where you feel like, okay, I just gotta let the younger ones now take, because I think age. But the success is, achieving.
I like to say for every Nigerian musician or every Nigerian artist, collaborations are a way of checking your pulse inside of the community. People you collaborate with, the big acts that want to be with you. So for your latest album, which is Bravo, yes, exactly. Have you got anybody that we should be looking out to? Looking
I just dropped Bravo, and I have four guys in it. I got History, Fireboy, That Was My Life, Olamide, Ira Star and Dangerous, and then Jack Boy.
You see what I'm talking about, yeah? All the names that you just mentioned are even themselves right now vibing in the music sphere. So that's what I mean by people want to identify with success itself. So if your album, if you're a great artist, you got other great artists who want to collaborate with you.
Like to.
And I love Arya Star. By the way.
I want to know, how long have you been at this for?
When did I start? Like the day I say, oh, I want to go to the studio for the first time? Be 2014.
Okay. 2014.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one.
I was in university, studying chemical engineering at that time. Yeah. When I finished, then I came to Lagos.
Why did you decide to do that?
What decide to start music?
To music, yes.
Boredom. I was bored.
You were bored. Wow.
Yeah, I was bored at that time.
But you always had this thing for music. No.
I never.
Wow.
I never discovered it if it was there.
That's the thumbnail right there.
I never discovered it. I discovered it. It was an Asuu strike. So
thanks to the federal
we could not stop. So we stopped reading.
Oh wow.
Because I never stopped reading. My mother made sure I never stopped. So now when Asuu strike, it was 5 months.
Nice.
So there was no.
At least something good came out of that.
I think I was in that strike too.
Yeah.
So what did you do with your time?
So like,
you really want to know?
Listen,
anyways, we have some nice, juicy
great,
meal for you. We'd like you to try
like
out,
food.
and then over at the kitchen.
Yeah, you guys go.
Let's check out what MM have been up to.
Yes, welcome to the kitchen check. Please take a sit.
Okay.
This is Chef Blossom, and this morning she's made ewagoyin with fried plantains.
Okay.
And so I hope you love ewagoyin.
Yes, I do.
All right, great.
Yeah.
And quickly before we move it over to you, I see that your lyrics actually are very deep.
Yeah.
So, for example, History.
Yeah.
It's like you're telling a story. What inspired those lyrics?
My life.
Okay.
My life is
in general.
And it applies to a lot of people. So it's like a voice for the voiceless or
yeah.
A lot of people going through a lot of stuff.
Caught on it or not, yeah. But anyways, have a taste of the food and
okay.
what you think.
The way I like to eat, I don't use knife.
Oh, fantastic.
Please do you.
You know, we just, okay.
Go straight in.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Okay.
So please let us know what you think.
Of course, I would.
Like it?
Top 2 I've ever tasted.
Oh,
I don't even know how to right now. I love it.
Well,
Yeah, nice.
It's crazy.
Well, she actually cooked it. She actually cooked it.
Right here.
Is there a place to get this after this?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
All right. It's all
good.
yours.
It's very good.
Thank
It's very
you
good.
so
It's
much,
very good.
Cheque.
It's very good.
And well done, Blossom. Well done.
It's very good.
All right, yes, and that wraps up the show. Of course, we have Mazino, who's still on the couch. Mazino, anything you'd like to say before we wrap this up?
I don't know. I think I was caught off guard somewhere there somehow, but it's all good. Hey, thank you very much, Cheque, for coming through. I'm going to be listening to your album throughout today, and I think you guys should too. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody.
All right, and Winfrey?
And of course, you know now, we're here now. Today's show was a bomb.
Yes,
we definitely will be here
Crush
tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Of course,
Yeah,
stop it.
thank you to all our guests. And finally, we'll have to check out your new video.
Yep.
Call Me Baby.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that one.
History, actually.
History. All right. Let's
Everything,
watch
check out
and
everything.
enjoy.
We'll check it out
Check out
right now.
everything.
But
Yeah.
right now, we're checking out
History. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.